Welcome into the ATB show. You can find us at atbshow.com. We are brought to you by our dear friends Joe and Leslie and the whole crew over at AAA Work Trucks. I Before I met Rubber Shoes in the green room, I brought everything up for the show. Our dear friends, not sponsors yet, but I would love for them to call me and help me fix what I broke. I don't know what happened. The two up for the show used to have the logo in the middle, and our names used to be at the bottom, William. And I broke the two up. So if you look closely, you can see the ATB show floating in the background. But I guess that's going to have to. And yes, thank God you have a mic flag because I'm a pagan. I don't have any mic flag. Well, even if I got like the one they make for the Shure SM7B is like the cube for the bottom.
Yeah.
But you guys would never see it because it's always down here anyway. So, and we're usually very well ordained with all of the things. But I broke this is why we can't have nice things. I broke it. But we're here. It is we're 20 minutes away from the end of the month. I cannot believe for the life of me. This is going to be the official Stadler and Waldorf episode. Saturday night, well, technically Sunday morning at 1:59:59, we turn the clocks back. Which a younger version of me, and this will not shock anybody, a younger version of me is like, yes, an extra hour. And I know for most people, you would always celebrate if you were out in Boston. And most of the places, well, way back in the day, they would hang till 2. But at 2 o'clock, it would become 1 o'clock, and you're like, this is amazing. And you get an extra hour of cocktails and debauchery. My biggest concern right now, and I wish I were making this up, but I'm not, it's going to take me probably 5 of the 6 months before we switch back just to get on time again. Like I don't look at it and say, oh, this is really cool. We get an extra hour's sleep. All I know is Sunday morning, 4,000% Rubber Shoes. I'm going to wake up at 3:44 instead of 4:44.
Yeah, I'm going to get up.
That's all that's going to happen.
And I'm going to be like, oh, I got to wait an extra hour before the gym opens.
Just going to wait. I'm going to be awake too early for quite some time. And I know they've talked about it off again, on again, about they're just going to finally make a decision and stop doing the change. I agree and I disagree. Like, I think there has been a reason for it for years, and the argument would be, well, it benefits the farmers and all this kind of stuff. I don't think that has necessarily changed unless technology has helped the farmers out enough that they don't need it.
I think that was always bullshit.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but here we are nonetheless. It's happening on Sunday morning. We'll be winding the clocks back. I can't believe how fast.
Pretty much, I think most of their crops have been. They've picked all their crops at this point.
Sure, yeah, I suppose. So we'll see. I mean, they were threatening at one point that they were going to do it one last time, and then we weren't going to do it again. But here we are. We're still doing it. I suppose it gives them one more reason to get together and have a nonsensical conversation. Although they can't do that now because we're shut down. So
yeah.
There's also that happening. Does that affect you? I feel like you would have brought this up. Are you affected at the municipal level? Like, that's not screwing with you. You're a city run, right? Yeah.
Correct.
But at what point does that screw with you?
Well, any grants or anything the city gets.
Okay.
Money that the city gets from, but actually, so the state gets money federally and then they disperse it to us. So,
okay.
So, yeah.
You still have shirt money. You still have shirt money, which is good. Hey, I was asking, or I was looking around. When are the Nor'easter shirts getting worn? Since you have yours on today.
It's Thursday night against the Jets.
The Jets, right?
Yeah.
Are we home or away?
Home.
Okay, so it's Thursday night at home against the Jets. The rumor is they're wearing it for that one game this year, and then for the next 3 years, it gets folded into the rotation.
Oh.
That's what I read. I don't know if that's been updated, but yeah, apparently after they're only going to wear it the one time, which is fine. And you know what I thought of? We were having this conversation offline. I don't know if this is when we were golfing or not.
It will be November 13th. So a couple weeks.
November 13th. Okay. I had said to anyone that was willing to listen, I know I said it in front of you at some point, probably said it on the show too. I think I would love to see when they did the all white uniforms, I would love to see them do a white helmet with the flying Elvis. Now they're doing a version of a white helmet with a flying Elvis for the Nor'easter uniforms, for the rivalry uniforms, but the logo is also like silvered out or it's rivalried out. I would love to see the traditional Patriot flying Elvis on the side of a white helmet. And they have all the ingredients. Once I saw the white helmet, I'm like, oh, yeah, they're doing that for the rivalry uniform. So I'd love to see them figure that out for the next time they go all white, because they're probably not going to go all white again until next year. And hopefully they can make that happen.
They really botched the hat. The hat is purple. Like, it's not even this color.
It looks purple, really?
No, it doesn't look purple. It's purple.
It is purple.
Yeah.
I saw
what are they doing?
I'm a big fan to grab any hat they make historically. Like last year, I remember in his 1 year, raise your hand if you're shocked. In his single season, I remember what game it was. We were all chatting during the game, and they had it was like throwback, more not a royal blue, but it was the throwback colors, and with the football logo on the front of the hat. It was last year, and I remember seeing that and thinking that was really cool. And then when I saw and I ordered it, and I have it at the house. The rivalry hat I thought looked cool. They're just doing that. The one differentiator is
it has
they have the NE. Yep, and but
which
the whole
is awesome,
front panel,
which I like. But they got the it's purple, and then
the whole front panel is flat. Yeah,
but they have a string that goes across the between the brim and the hat.
Oh, okay.
String, and that looks horrible too.
You don't do the ropes, okay?
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't realize it was purple.
So now I have to try. So the red, because there's red in the shirt, these red stars here. So that's why I got the
you know what I thought? I in my research, I know I'm not supposed to do this. In my research about the rivalry shirts, I thought the 6 stars were for the Super Bowls. It's for the 6 New England states.
Oh,
I think it works for both. I think if I were the Kraft family, I would say both.
In the collar, it says "We are all patriots."
Mm.
And so, I mean, tonight it was. I went with the home team. I was torn between what to wear tonight because I was thinking, oh, I should wear the Ohtani jersey after last night's.
Let's talk about 18 innings. You're a huge baseball fan. Did you stay up for all of the minutes?
No. I was in bed before Tani hit the second home run to tie it up. I was like, if it's Red Sox, if it's our team in it, I don't know if I would have made it the whole night. But I since 04, because I missed the Dave Roberts steal because I went to bed. Because Mariano's coming in.
I love this show so much. I find out so many things. What?
They're like, yeah, because it was like Mariano's coming out. They're gonna close the door. I don't want to see the Yankees celebrating in Fenway Park. So I went to bed and then found out what happened the next day. And since then, I've said I will never go to bed before the game's over. But I don't know. Last night that would have been tough. I wake up at 4:00. The game got over at 10 minutes of 3. Like, what are you supposed to do?
No. Oh no, I didn't watch. I'm completely checked out. I would love for the Blue Jays to win. I also appreciate the annoyance of watching the Dodgers win, because it's just proving to our ownership you have to go spend money. Yep. You're allowed to spend money. You're allowed to be inside or outside, whatever apron you want. It's going to cost us money to win. That is the new age of baseball.
I mean, even Blue Jays just spent money on Vlad.
Yeah, they just they didn't go. What was his deal? What was Vlad's deal?
It's pretty. I feel like it was like close to $40 million a year, maybe $30 million a year for I think 12 years.
So he got like 360
Yeah.
or 480.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's look that up while we're talking. Yeah, I mean, so you could argue, I mean, if we're being honest, you could argue that that was their Mookie deal. That's what
14-year, $500 million contract.
that was their Mookie deal.
Yep. So
That we weren't willing to make.
$35.71 million a year.
So as annoying as it is to watch them just stack the deck, get every phenomenal Asian pitcher, and sort of sign whomever they want, it's aggravating. And we have the same amount of money. We have the same amount of clout. You have tons of history. You've got a lot of people that have come here and they've loved being here and they would sell it. You have Big Papi, who's probably the greatest ambassador in baseball.
So,
and he's been great on television, by the way.
Dodgers
fantastic
signed Ohtani to $700 million contract. They came out and said that they have recouped all of that money in this first season. With all the money spent over in Japan and jerseys and all that, they said they have recouped that $700 million already, and they're only paying him $1 million this year.
It's all deferred.
Yeah.
Well, he's got a Bobby Bonilla contract, right? He'll be getting paid for the rest of his natural life.
No, I think it's like maybe it's 15 years or something like that.
Okay. Incredible.
Yeah, but it was front loaded. He was like, he's making, I think, $1 million this year. It goes up a little bit, and it goes up a little every year. And at the end, he's, I think it's like, 40, 50 million the last few years of the contract. But when he's going to be, 40, that's the thing with these I think the Red Sox are holding out. They'll be willing to do like they did with Bregman, a 2-year contract.
Yep.
He could have accepted the contract this year instead of opting out. And I think he was going to get paid $40 million this year, but he opted out because he wants a longer contract. I don't think you see, other than those extensions with the rookies, which it's really cheap money for those guys, but you will not see them sign a guy for more than maybe 3 years. They're not going to extend it past 3 years because they're waiting for the new CBA to come up, and there is going to be a strike, and the owners are going to hold their feet to the fire until they get a salary cap. And then because that's what the Jacobs did with hockey. They held out. They said they didn't give out big contracts, and then once they came in with the hard salary cap, then they started spending money. And I feel like the Red Sox are in the same boat. They're not good. They're going to do the same thing. They'll sign guys. They'll give more money for 1 or 2 years, but they're not going to give that $40 million a year for 12, 14 years. They're not going to do that.
Even Maggie's confused. I know, sweetheart. Yeah.
And,
one day.
So
one day when we start spending money again.
Hear any of the stats from last night? Like,
well, so yeah, I mean, we were watching stuff this morning before I left for work.
Tied for the longest game, tied with the 2018 World Series that the Red Sox were in, with the 18 innings.
Okay. Did we go 18 innings in 18?
Yep.
I remember us having a really long game, but I thought, okay.
Ohtani.
What about but it had to have been shorter chronologically because of the pitch clock.
Yeah, time wise, because of
sure.
Time wise it was shorter, but innings, same innings. Ohtani became the first player to get on base 9 times in a game. It's only been done in the regular season, I think, and those were like in the 1940s or something like that. So he went 4 for 4 in the first game. The first 9 innings, he went 4 for 4, 2 doubles, 2 home runs.
It was a doubleheader. Yeah.
And then the second game, he was intentionally walked 4 times. And the 5th time he was walked, they threw 4 pitches that he wasn't gonna swing at. They were trying to get him to swing at junk. So he got basically walked intentionally 5 times last night in the second half.
When did he come out of the game? So now I'm wildly confused.
No, he stayed in the whole game.
He pitched the whole game.
No, he didn't pitch last night.
Oh,
He's
I was like,
pitching
I was like,
he's
what is
pitching
happening
tonight.
right now? Oh, okay.
No, but there's a rule. He can pitch, and then when he gets taken out as a pitcher, he goes to the DH spot. So he can stay in the game.
They
when
do
he
slide
pitches.
him.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
you're right.
So he has to pitch tonight after playing 18 innings last night.
And honest to God, he's so otherworldly. He's going to throw a gem tonight. He's going to throw a gem tonight.
I mean, if he does that, that's like even like already people that weren't watching before are finding out that he's probably the best baseball player ever. Like, I mean, Babe Ruth.
It's unreal.
Babe Ruth only pitched, I think, like three years or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was mainly hitting. And
Yep.
he's and you figure he's an MVP as a player, and he's in 2022 he was, I think, 3rd in the Cy Young. So it's possible he could win an MVP and a Cy Young in the same year. And people are starting to say he could be the best athlete of all time. Because he's doing, like, it's hard. They said, Michael Jordan was Defensive Player of the Year and an MVP. He's probably the closest thing that you would see. But it's like all the other sports, you don't have a guy who plays, center for the Bruins, and then, every other day he's the goaltender.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's the piece of the conversation that separates him from, because you immediately, as a homer and as a sports fan, you immediately go to Brady and just say longevity, championships, but it's not.
It's quarterback. Yeah, he just played quarterback. And even you take Deion Sanders. He was
Bo Jackson, right?
Good. Like Bo Jackson, had he stayed healthy, probably would be hands down the greatest athlete, because he would have been an MVP candidate in baseball and in football. But he didn't get to that level yet in both of those, so he was cut short. And then once he got hurt, he wasn't the same as I still see the highlights of Bo Jackson, like some of the throws he made from the outfield, unbelievable.
All you need to know about Bo Jackson is, and I'm speaking for a certain generation, is if you played video games, if you had the Nintendo Entertainment System and you had Tecmo Bowl, all you needed to do was grab the Raiders and have Bo Jackson, and you could run circles, 8-bit circles, by the way, around anybody you wanted. One of the greatest hacks ever. I was gonna look up, but you probably know off the top of your heart, what is first pitch claiming to be? Is it 8:22? Is it 8:37? And when are they actually throwing out the first pitch? The broadcast, the pre-show probably starts technically, or the real pre-show
usually
at 8
with
o'clock.
Baseball, when they give
when they say first pitch, they mean first pitch. Yes, like when the Super Bowl says kickoff,
they're saying 8 o'clock. So that's not gonna.
That's not first pitch.
I wonder when. Let's see.
Alexa, what time is the first pitch of the World Series tonight? Not a sponsor, by the way. That's not true. She just said 8 o'clock.
First pitch last night was at 8:11.
Okay.
And so another fun fact.
Yeah, I will put it on the background for sure. I'll have the volume down.
The person who sang the national anthem before the game, the Star Spangled Banner, Brad Paisley, country star Brad Paisley, he sang the Star Spangled Banner for the 2018 game that went 18 innings. And then there was 2 other games, and both of those went extra innings also. He's sung it 4 times in the World Series, and all 4 games have gone extra innings.
That's insane.
Yeah. So they don't want him singing again.
No. Yeah. Well, the advertisers do, for sure. For sure.
What's
What's
has
happening?
Rubber Shoes invested in a jersey?
Oh, where would I, hold on.
It says KWCLM. Is that
That's got to be Kales. I just don't have I don't have the chat window up. Hang on a second.
a new one? Is she asking if I invested in a new one? Yes, I did invest in a new one, another
Of
new one.
course.
Actually, I was gonna wear this one, my Luke Cornett San Antonio Spurs jersey, or my Otani, which are all two of them are brand new. This one and the Cornett. But I figured, I better wear a New England shirt.
I didn't know if because it's a given that it's going to happen. It was going to happen even if we were playing decent football in Chestnut Hill. I wasn't sure if you'd be all dressed up in your ND colors.
Oh, of course.
Because Lord knows you have a whole second closet just for the ND stuff.
Yes, I do have an Otani jersey. Yeah, she's asking if I had an Otani. Yes,
of course you do.
Yeah,
of course you do.
I got one over the summer. Yep.
Of course you do. I called to just double check on the parking, so we'll get that squared away. I didn't get an answer from anybody because I called toward the end of the afternoon. Everybody was out. They're out looking for the football team. Are they over there? Are they over there? But you should be fine. At the very least, you'll have a screenshot of the ticket pass. But you should be good. Who's going with this Saturday?
The wife, the son, and the son's girlfriend.
Oh yeah, we're getting Little Heels. You told me that.
Yeah.
Well, where's your brother in all this? What's happening?
Well, I got 4 tickets, and I have four people that live here.
You did not extend it out. All right, interesting.
No, so I asked Tyler first. If he said no, then it would have been my brother. But he was quick to reply and say yes. So I'm like, wow. I was shocked. I thought I was gonna have to be like, hey, I need to know yes or no, and it was yes right off the bat. I was like, okay, good.
3:30. You'll be wrapped up by 6:45. The weather's supposed to be good.
Yeah, the wife's worried that. So are we on the sunny side or the shade side?
You will have the. I always get this screwed up. The sun's gonna be over. I'm pointing like you can see. The sun's I'm telling you what you already know. So you're sitting with the city behind you, facing the school. Yeah. The sun will be to your left.
So it goes left to right, or just stays to the left.
Yes, because then remember, if we went to a BC game on Saturday and a Patriots game on Sunday, we were sitting facing the other way, and the sun was to our right. If I had a BC game on Saturday and a Patriots game on Sunday, I would get a full sunburn.
Oh,
yes, because it wrapped all the way around. So yes, it's going to be you will as the sun is setting, it will be setting over the seats behind away from you. Yeah, so you will have the warming sun.
Okay, that's
it's
what
available for comment.
She was worried about. Yeah.
They're
saying it might be a little windy Saturday with the remnants of Melissa out in the sea, but we'll be getting a little wraps around. But at least, at first, when we first were looking, it was looking like it was supposed to rain Saturday, and then that's pushed over a couple days. So we're in the clear for that.
I suppose if it's a laugher, but at some point you might get bored.
Yeah.
At some point, you guys might be like, we're heading out. We're heading out.
Yeah, I don't need to stay to the end if it's,
not competitive.
2-3 touchdown lead at some point. So, yeah.
I haven't even looked. Louisville, they had us, which, and we're not going to waste any time until they earn our time, which will be next year, God willing. Louisville had us we were 25.5 point underdog.
And I think you covered.
And we covered, which was amazing. So we're showing signs of life. There's a pulse, doctor. Keep pushing.
Are you done for the year?
There's 2 more games. We got SMU. Kevin Jennings is a phenomenal quarterback. That's who was quarterback last fall when we drove to Dallas to watch BC lose in Dallas at SMU. Great game, and it was a great road trip with Cheryl, but yikes. So I think I don't think we have a win left on our calendar. And then the Georgia Tech game, Francis has Special Olympics bowling. So that's a no-go. Are we doing the SMU game? I don't know. I'm probably just going to hand tickets out and let people go to the games. I'll be fine. And somebody's just like, because somebody was amazed that I wasn't going Saturday. It was one of my agents, and they're like, I can't believe you're not going. I'm like, listen, the school has my money. They have my support. I've been dumb enough to be here my whole life. Yep. I saw there's a clip of a kid coming out of the Jets game that's gone viral. I don't know if you've seen it.
Yeah, I saw it. Yep.
And I'm like, everybody talks about, God, can you imagine being a Cleveland Browns fan or this? It really is. Like, if we could, get my dad to check in from heaven, like the whole experience outside of a few, we just moved it. I said we weren't going to give them any time, but I love complaining, and I'm feeling good right now. I think a week ago, before the Louisville loss, our record was the worst it had been since 2012. I think now our new shitty record is the worst it's been since 1989. So at the same time at Radio Raheem, like that's earth-shattering news. Like, you and I are in high school the last time the record was this bad. So I'm excited for the fact that they're apparently holding on to Bill, because I think they should, and it can only go up from here, I guess. And we haven't really talked.
I thought they were on the right track too. I
think they are on the right track. I think there's a weird glitch in the matrix, and yeah, it doesn't make any sense. How could they go 7-8 last year and now completely fall off a cliff?
Yeah.
I don't know. What I do know is maybe Dylan Lonergan is not our quarterback, because clearly we've gone back to Grayson James. He's graduating. We need to put together all of our shekels and all of our Dunkin' Donuts cards, and Mark McGovern needs to get the nicest car he can get, and we need to go get our quarterback. And we have $14 to our name. I get that. We're not Michigan with Portnoy saying, I'll write the check, go get the kid. Like, we don't have, the haves and the have-nots. We're in the have-not pile. I get that. And the haves can be like, here's $40 million that we're going to give to an 18-year-old who's graduating high school to come be our quarterback. I get that. We're not going to do that. We need to do the best we can to get the quarterback of the future for this school, and somebody who, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't do it in the portal. And I think our kid might be in high school. And I would love to see that for the program's sake, just to get a kid that comes in that's the studiest kid we can get, and then convince him to stay for 4 years.
Yeah.
Because we're not going to win like grabbing a year here and a year there in the portal. That's not how we're going to cobble it together. We need to be a portal school, because I think Dabo Swinney was like, I'm not going to use the portal. And he was getting his face kicked in for a little bit. And then he's adopted the portal. And I think that's what we need to we got to figure that out. But it doesn't make any sense. This precipitous drop doesn't make any sense. But I don't think it's O'Brien's fault. I think there's people on his staff that should probably go. But I love him, and he needs to be here. But I think he needs to remix his staff. And I think that'll clearly start happening sooner than later. Like probably the day after the season ends, which will be Saturday night after the Georgia Tech game.
At least you don't have to worry about.
We're not going bowling. We're not going bowling.
At least you don't have to worry about deciding whether or not to go to a bowl game this year.
Yep, we're not going to get invited to any dances. So, oh my goodness. Talk to me about the Celtics right now. We're not going to spend much time on the Celtics and the Bruins, but I do want your I do want your analysis on the Celtics and Bruins before we go to the Patriots.
What I was worried about, because I had questions about him when he was coaching with all the good players. I was worried that Mazzulla was going to get exposed, and I think he's getting exposed. I don't know if he knows what the hell he's doing. So 2 games, and I finally found it.
Hmm.
It's Hugo Gonzalez. It's not Hugo. The H is silent. So it's
Hugo.
or
Yep.
Ugo. It's Ugo, something like that.
Oh, Ugo.
So
Okay.
he didn't. He played a good game 2 games ago, and then last night he didn't play. Um, and he's had these weird rotations where, like that, Minock, I think his name is. He's
Hmm.
he'll have a hell of a game, and then he doesn't play the next game. Like I, he's probably still trying to feel it. But why do you sit any players? You don't have any depth. You need as many players out there as possible. Um, he's I mean, they finally got their first win last night, and that was
Mm.
because the Pelicans are a lot worse than I thought they were also. Um, and then they didn't have Zion either. So um, I think, you know, a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I predicted them to be like the 4th seed. I think
Mm.
they're gonna hang on maybe for the play-in game at right now, the way they're looking,
Yeah.
and maybe.
Yeah.
So maybe Jason doesn't come back because he's not coming back to a team that's just gonna
Yeah.
barely
Yeah.
make the playoffs.
Anybody that's going anywhere. Yeah. Well, what's also fascinating is their inability to just stop chucking up the three. And I love the
Yeah.
three ball.
Yep.
I love the three
Yeah,
ball.
they
But like at this
so
this team, if we're gonna be honest with ourselves, like, okay, we don't have all of our prime players. Or, well, we're not gelling right now. So let's go back to
yeah.
fundamentals. Let's actually pass the ball around. Let's take some shots with people in a
So
position to actually defend and rebound. And
one, they're so I heard the stat on the way home. I'm gonna get it off possibly, but I believe they are 3rd in three-pointers attempted, but 24th in
converted.
completion.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure. Hmm.
And then they were supposed to have a faster pace, like running a more running game, but they can't rebound the ball to save their lives, so they can't
Mm.
get running. They're like one of the slowest teams out there for pace.
Yeah, which
So
didn't look like it was going to be the case in the preseason
yeah,
because Pritchard
yeah,
had him moving.
yep. So they're in some trouble. They can't rebound. They don't. I think the reason why they won last night is because the Pelicans were actually a worse rebounding team than they were.
Mm.
But I mean, they got Cleveland coming up there. I mean, they could be like 1-10. Like looking at the teams they have coming up, they have maybe 2. They have the Wizards, I think, next Wednesday, which that should hopefully be a win. But they have
Yep.
other than that, they have the Pistons again, they have Philadelphia again, the Cavaliers.
Mm.
They got a tough road, and they got to figure it out quick if they're gonna figure something out at all.
Well, and do you think with the probability of a horrific season, um, in context, that Chisholm sits back and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to start to unload some players now." Like he
I
might
don't know
be
how much
he
more. I mean,
he.
I know they've been talking about it since they got him,
Mm.
and they're still talking about is Anthony Simons is most likely out of here. So that you might see, like last night, they kind of showcased him. He got 25 points. So I think they start showcasing him. He'll probably be traded. Um, I mean, there's not much more you can get rid of.
Oh no,
They
I mean
have
like
they have
I mean
Jay.
like I mean big pieces. I mean Jalen.
No,
I
but I don't know. I don't know if they do that.
I hope they don't. I don't want them
Like
to.
the
I
two
just
J's, I mean, it would definitely as long as they see some evidence that Tatum comes back to
mm,
full strength,
yeah.
it would definitely be Jaylen Brown that would be traded.
Mm.
I think they would keep Tatum out of the 2. That's just it, but you just think of what they lost. They lost Porzingis, uh, Holiday,
Mhm. Uncle L.
Al, Cornette, but I mean, that's their those guys were all in the rotation
Mm.
last year. the top 8 players, they were all in there. Cornette played really good for them last year, and now you're going to your 4th center this year. Neemias Queta was their 4th center who barely got any playing time last year, and he's your starter now. Peyton Pritchard, love him, was great 6th man. He
Yep.
was a great 6th man.
Yeah, he's not your 5th man, right?
Yeah, he's and, I think White will find it. I think they're still they're taking more on, so
Mhm.
that could be weighing with them too. I mean, Jaylen Brown's kinda put them on their back. It hasn't resulted in wins, but
Mm.
he's played well, but he doesn't distribute very well. He's scoring his points, but you gotta get everyone involved, but I think it comes down to the coach. I don't know that Missoula knows what he's doing. Like, that game where they lost at the end, he calls a timeout, supposedly draws up a play, and you're like, "What did he draw up? This is horrible."
Yeah.
Like, when Stevens took a timeout and drew something up, they usually scored, and it was a great play. Missoula, I haven't seen it. So I'm just waiting for Adam to come back on and try to defend him.
Well, I was always the opponent of him too, because I would always say, well, listen, when there's 8 seconds left and you see them all gathering around Missoula with the whiteboard, it doesn't instill confidence. And I think most of New England's like, well, we're on the duck boats though, so clearly it worked. Clearly he works, right?
I I
And
think I think that was a case that they won in spite of him. There was so much talent, it was hard for him to screw it up. Although he did, screwed it up the first year,
no,
and then
I
he
got
screwed
you.
it up
I
and
got
he
you.
screwed it up last year.
Yeah.
They sh even with Tatum getting hurt, they should have beat the Knicks.
Yes.
They should have been up 3 games to none
Yep.
or 3 games to 1.
Mhm.
They had 20 something point leads in 2 of those games that they
Mm.
blew.
Yeah. Thank God we have the
Yeah.
Patriots. Can you imagine if we didn't have the Patriots
Oh
chugging
my
right now?
god. Oh my
It
god.
would be very gray outside. Very gray.
Alright, let's dabble the Bruins. Yeah, I think,
10, 9,
um,
8, get it in.
they need to
Bro,
get
this
rid
is
of, if not both, Neely and Sweeney, they definitely gotta get rid of Sweeney. Sweeney doesn't know how to build a team.
well, it's there's no way that they are going to get much further into the season and the why am I drawing a blank on his name, for the love of God, our coach.
Uh, Sturm, Marco Sturm.
Yeah, Marco, thank you. Yeah, for Marco Stern to be just on the struggle bus about them buying in and all this kind of stuff. If it happened, I wouldn't be shocked that they get to a certain point and they make another change of coach. But like, at what point do you turn and look at the common denominator?
Yeah.
And
I no, I don't think
I don't think Neely should go. Quite honestly, I think you've got you know, and I'm not saying this is the end all be all, but for
he hired his buddy, Don Sweeney, and he's sticking up for him. So it's like,
yeah,
okay, if he's the problem, then, you might both have to go.
I just hate that. Like
So
I
you're
want it
too
to be
stuck
good.
with yeah, you're
I'm emotionally attached to them as the
yeah.
players that they
You
were.
don't come
Yes.
off as a homer
Oh no, I
on the
know.
show, but you deep inside you are, and you never
Thousand
especially,
percent. I would love our boys
legends
to be
of
running
the
our boys.
yeah.
Yep, 1000%. But they can't possibly come back and be like, "Oh, it's Marco's fault." And I'm not saying he's
No.
the answer. I think it's too early to say he's the problem when we've got maybe the problem sitting behind you. And
Oh, yeah.
the video, what this is all viewed through a certain lens. That video that was pretty viral of Sweeney really coming in from another room with his phone, and he walks into a room of all of his associates that are supposed to help him make decisions or at least bounce stuff off. And he's like, "It's done. Brad's going to Florida." Remember that? It was a viral
No.
video of like, oh yeah, he's coming. Yeah, I'll find it and send it to you later. If you do any searching, just search, Don Sweeney trading Marshan video, and he basically is walking in from another room, and like there's some guys in the room. They're like, what? Everybody's like, what? And I'm not saying that it wasn't a collective decision. They wanted to make it happen. And you can look back now and be like, he's in a better place. They honored him. He should have a chance to win another cup. Blah blah blah. He wasn't a good captain. I don't know, because that was really the only reason. And there was the underpinnings that he wasn't getting along with Pasternak. And if you saw Pasta the other night, he was right behind Marchand on the verge of crying. Like, I don't think he should have ever left. And it's too late to we can Monday morning quarterback that now. But
they needed
if they
to
get
blow
further,
it up.
they get further in and they blow out Marco and say it's Sturm's fault. That's crazy talk.
I don't think Jacob's going to let that happen.
It's just annoying that we're having this conversation.
He's not letting Sweeney
October
fire 28th. Coach.
Yeah, the fact that we're having this conversation on October 28th is a challenge.
Yeah, they're gonna barely. They might not make the playoffs. I mean, you're thinking next freaking June, no local teams in the playoffs. But I'll have my Canadians. Thank you.
Oh my God, there he goes.
First place in the Northeast division, whatever the hell, the Adams division.
I'll tell you from a baseball standpoint, I would love to see them back to baseball real quick. I would love to see them make that change with the realignment. If they bring in the two other cities, right there, we're talking about what, Nashville and who? Portland, I believe. Yeah. So Portland, Oregon would get a team. Nashville would get. I think they said Nashville. Is that what they said?
That makes sense.
Or was it Carolina?
Or Carolina, one of those two.
Yeah, I think it was saying Carolina. I think it should be Nashville, but whatever. Yeah, Carolina and Portland both get teams on each coast, and then realign.
They've done it before. Like there's people that I don't know if they forgot. Like there's still people our age that forgot that the Milwaukee Brewers were in the American League and the Houston Astros were in the National League.
The Seattle Seahawks were in the AFC. Remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
1,000 years ago. Well, so my point being, the realignment that would put the Red Sox, the Phillies, the Yankees, and the Mets, dude, that will be such a beast. And the benefit to the fan here in Boston,
oh yeah, they'll have to compete.
You have to fucking skate faster.
Yep.
I love that, dude. That would be amazing. That would be every. I mean, and make it. I mean, for the most part, I guess it's going to be super spread out. But like your divisional games, holy Moses!
You're actually probably the small market team out of that division.
Honestly, they would be in love with. They'd be in love with that division, though. Like the winner coming out of there is the Mets, the Yankees, the Red Sox, or the Phillies. I'm desperate for that to happen for baseball.
That's great, but then you'd have Nashville or Carolina, whatever it is, Tampa Bay, Miami, Atlanta. That would be a horrible division.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, they'll figure it out. But I saw that and I'm like, that is delicious.
I would
Mets, Yankees.
Go to American League and National League. Top 8 teams make the playoffs. No divisions, just 2 conferences. Take your top 8 best teams, or 6, whatever it is in baseball. I think it's it's 7 in baseball.
Yeah,
so top 7. Take your, and I would love that in all the football and all that. Get rid of the divisions, and you got to be the top 8 team in the conference. So,
permission to say something really controversial.
When have you ever asked for permission for that before?
I think I got to be honest. I think I might be the only person in New England that doesn't think, and I got to say this carefully because I love the kid. I love everything about him. I just don't think Drake is that great yet. Like I feel like they're rushing the crown and the throne. That's all I'm saying. I love the kid, and I heard.
You can only go
something
about what he's done thus far this season, and he's in the MVP talk right
I
now.
know, I know, I know. And I guess I'm watching it and I see
Kaylee said permission not granted.
wonderful. Honestly, here's my thing. I feel like what I'm watching happen and unfold before my eyes is not that the audio is not matching the video. Like when I get to the stats post game, and of course, you know, Scotty's like a ticker tape parade with the stats. He's Dorkosaurus Rex. I'm not. I'm emotionally driven. Maggie's back. I love that. I feel like I watched the game and yep, good, and all this stuff. Cause like, of course, we golfed on Sunday, right? And I stop in Chelmsdale at my folks' house. I'm sitting with Cheryl and he throws that pick. And I'm like, fucking, we're gonna lose this game. And Cheryl loses her mind because Cheryl, Timothy, what you think about you bring about. So she starts like, why would you say that? And I'm like, we cannot turn the ball over. Like the rule is, if you turn the ball over on the road, you're screwed. But for us, and not that Cleveland doesn't have a great defense, they do. Myles Garrett set a record against us, which is so annoying because I thought that the offensive line did a really good job, even though they did get pushed around quite a bit.
Yeah.
It's Myles Garrett. You're not going to contain him. You're just not. We knew he was going to have a good game, but I watch him with my eyes, and I don't feel like the way I felt about his performance matches the numbers that are happening. So I'm not denying that he's not doing it. I'm not denying that he's having better than, in some categories, Brady-esque moments and games. And you were so polite a couple of weeks ago. You're like, I'm not going to say it, but he's better than Brady. But I'm not going to say he's better than Brady.
No. I wouldn't say that. I mean, but I think he reminds me a lot of Mahomes.
Oh God.
Like what he does in the pocket, like being able to get out of the pocket and then make that little scramble, and then he can either dunk it off or run. And he reminds me a lot of the stuff that Mahomes does. And it's amazing how, and what I think happened is the game against the Raiders, they told him, don't run. So you could tell, like, he came out, his passes were high. He was hesitant in that game. And then they told him, okay, be yourself.
Yeah.
But then, he's taking a couple hits. So they're trying to find that balance.
Sweet spot. Yes.
Be out there, be who you are, but be careful.
Don't get killed.
Also.
Yep.
Yeah. And I mean, when he threw the pick, it was a horrible pick, but like I said in our text chain, I would like for them to have a better first half. I'm sick of sitting there being like, what the hell? And then the second half, oh my God, they shut out Cleveland this week. And it is Cleveland and Tennessee, but I think they only gave up a field goal to Tennessee last week, and they shut out Cleveland this week. The formula's working, but it is a little shaky. If they play the better teams, like playing Buffalo the second time, you're not going to be able to, get behind. You got to,
Well, there won't be any surprises either. I think people are like, oh, we have the blueprint on Buffalo. Buffalo has the blueprint on us now too.
Yeah.
Like it's not, as delicious as the path ahead of us looks, I think people have to realize like everybody's also taking stock. It's the second and third rotation through the lineup. And they're like,
I've been holding off on getting this because I didn't want to do what I did with Mac Jones. I bought the Mac Jones jerseys as soon as they drafted him.
Sure.
And
of course you did.
I'm like, waited. I didn't get any. I think I got a May t-shirt last Christmas. And then I'm like, I'm waiting. But then I saw these and I was worried, the city edition stuff, they only come out once. And so I was worried I wouldn't be able to find it again. So when I saw it in person, I'm like, I got to get it. I'm like, I hope I don't jinx him.
Yeah.
And he's won 3 straight since I got it. So, I can't believe.
Are we washing that jersey? No.
It's been washed. I think it was washed before I first wore it.
Okay. You're one of those. You will wash it when you get it.
Sometimes
you wash off corporate America.
Sometimes I wear it.
Is that screen printed or is that is that
Yeah, screen printed.
yeah, I can see the I can see the perforations in the numbers. Okay. So are you turning that inside out before you wash it?
I think I did.
You're supposed to with the screen print. Even with an embroidered jersey, you should turn it
Yeah.
inside out
I know.
so the patches don't get all jacked up.
It hasn't cost me. I have I had one jersey that I washed it once and it got messed up and I returned it.
I love that we're one of the teams that they chose to do a rivalry uniform of. I love that they're going to wear it against the Jets on Thursday night. I love that it's apparently part of the rotation for 3 seasons after that. It's not my favorite.
I don't understand
it's a little bland.
why.
I get it. Like the color from my research, which I'm not supposed to do.
Color.
The color. Yeah, I wasn't in love with the color, and they're like, well, picture if you were at the beach after a nor'easter, what the water would look like, what the sky would look like, and that's what they're basing it off of. I love the sharp red, like against that drab color, but it's just it gives me the DTs of remember when the Patriots had I used to call them the dirty jerseys because I hated them. That weird gray. It wasn't the white jersey. It wasn't the blue jersey. They had this shitty gray jersey that just looked dirty. And that's what I saw when I saw that. I'm like, is that like a storm blue or is that a gray? Because if somebody looked real quick, they'd be like monochromatically, oh, that's a silver shirt or like a carbon shirt as opposed to like the blue that it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love that Nike.
I just don't understand why they have these rivalry games with these special jerseys, but only one team is wearing it.
Oh, so the Jets won't have a rivalry?
No, Buffalo wore their rivalry jersey when we played them already.
Interesting. Yeah, you're right.
We're wearing it doesn't make sense. Hey, just think, it could be all yellow.
I was just gonna say that the NFL, well, Nike, we got to make fun of Nike, and Nike does a great job. And I'm not I shouldn't say I'm not a Nike fan. I don't have like any fucking Nike stuff.
You don't?
Without fail, they do they do a great job on all the uniforms. I love that they're Nike-ifying the NFL. You know, I mean, if you look at just because Phil Knight, Uncle Phil, went to University of Oregon. University of Oregon has probably 38 different combinations.
You see the one they
every
have
football season.
They have a Grateful Dead one I think it's for this weekend.
Of course they do. It's amazing. I love what Nike does for college football, for their teams that they obviously support, and I love what they're doing with the NFL. I underwhelmed by this, and I hope somebody's listening. I hope they take the white helmet and throw the Flying Elvis on it for the next year, because we probably won't wear a full whites again this year. Maybe we will, and maybe they'll figure it out and do it, because I think that would look amazing. The white helmet on top of everything else. Who knows? What we're doing predictions. We're playing Hotlanta. Is it 3:30?
1 o'clock.
Are we 1 o'clock or 1 o'clock? Yep. Atlanta's coming to town. 1 o'clock. What does Vegas have for the spread? Have we looked this up? And are you feeling good about it? And are we getting? I
believe we're getting Kirk Cousins.
We're getting Kirk, right? Oh, it's amazing. Let's see. What do we got? Vegas Insider. Give it to me. 5.5. It shows us.
Yeah, I got on FanDuel 5.5.
5.5. Okay.
Money line minus 240.
So we're giving 5.5. All right. What do you think?
I think Patriots by 17. So 34-17.
34-17. I'm gonna go bigger than that. I got 48-14. I think he's gonna just I don't know. He's been so good about distributing the ball. I think Booty gets a touchdown. Diggs gets a touchdown. Both of his tight ends are going to get touchdowns. Hey, where did Shift? What's the kid's name? Efton Chisholm. Where did he go? Where did he go?
Yeah,
he was supposed to be the next Edelman.
Yeah,
and he just disappeared like fairy dust.
Him and Williams, non-factors.
It's really been interesting. You said 34-17. I'm going 48-14. Yeah, I was stunned by the fact that he's been just off the reservation. Like he's not out there for anything.
Yeah, he had 1 week, I think, when Gibson got hurt, he took a couple kickoffs, and then the next week he wasn't out there.
Oh, and I've got to I love that thank God you brought him up. If you're not paying attention, and I know you're not TikToking the way I do, this is for Kaylee, I suppose. If you're not checking out Tori Gibson, Antonio's wife, Tori Gibson is a TikTok phenom. She's absolutely hysterical. And it's really cool to see how much she's embraced. Like she always gets on. She's like, it's your New England queen. And she tries to be so polite. She's like, my husband plays for the Patriots. Like she's obviously, everybody knows who she is, but she does game day stuff. She's always in one of their walk-in closets shooting content at like 3 a.m. Because apparently, from what she said, the kids are in bed. Obviously, he's in bed. And her mother-in-law lives with them and his brother lives with them. So you can only imagine the madness going on in that house. She's hysterical. Like the Patriots should pay her to keep making content because she's fantastic. And it's endearing to watch her talk about the way they feel about being in New England since he's broken. Like I hope that doesn't get screwed up and they're like, oh, we're going to part ways during the offseason. Like they should hold on to him. He's a stud. I've always liked him. He runs really hard. I hate that he's broken, but if you haven't checked out Tori Gibson on TikTok, go do yourself a favor. The content's fucking maniacal and worth every minute. I think that's it. We'll end with fucking maniacal, I suppose. We are brought to you by our dear friends Joe and Leslie, also maniacal because they hire rubber shoes.
Kaylee said, you send me all of that stupid shit on TikTok, but not hers. Ha ha ha.
My algorithm is so deranged. The stuff Janina looks over, she's like, what is that? I'm like, I don't know. Like it's one of the new things. It's not really new, but it's fantastic. And if you like cats, and I know you do, the one of the new things right now is people holding their cat, cradling their cat upside down in their arms like a baby, putting the cat's tail in their mouth, and then pretending to play the cat like bagpipes with bagpipe music.
Oh,
it's like ridiculous, but like for me, it's probably like every 12th video. Right now, I'm heavy on Tori Gibson. And what's the other thing that's going on? Oh, it's a lot of Halloween stuff right now.
Do you get the feed with
boring the crap out of me?
The cats that like have a talk show.
That's fantastic.
Like a podcast. Oh my god!
So yeah. Funny. I mean, yes. the AI cats doing their podcast is amazing because they're just like they're like, yep. If anybody moves between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock, we just start running laps till they feed us, and it's just like, and they're all laughing and falling out of their chairs. It's so
hilarious.
Good. So good. Yep. And I showed it to Ginny, and it's like, yep. And my new thing, I did it the other day. Kaylee was in here, and I jokingly called Janina and said, we have a chance to adopt a cat. And Janina, within a second, Kaylee was listening, but within a second, she's like, bring it to the flop house. Like she's convinced that we're going to not finish off. That sounded horrible. If Peter's listening, we love our cats. Oh, we're gonna allow these cats to wander into the golden sunset of their lives, and then we're done. And I'm like, there's not a world that I'm gonna live in that will be in a catless house, as much as she wants that. I say that all brave on the podcast. When I get home, I will not probably say that in front of her because I value my life. But anyway, so we're brought to you by our dear friends Joe and Leslie at AAA Work Trucks. You can check them out. And we thank them for their tolerance of our stupidity that you can find at atbshow.com. We'd love for you to go and subscribe and like and share and comment. We'll be back next week. Hopefully more of the players. Hopefully I won't break the 2 up and we'll be using the 3 up anyway for Corey, stuck in hair and makeup. Adam stuck in all the hair and makeup and probably canvassing for the 2028 political elections. God help us. And of course, Uncle Duke's. I think we'll have most of us back next week for the ATB show. For Rubber Shoes and myself, have a great week. Go Pats.